G'day viewers. Well, when I did my recent Shut the Fuck Up series, there was one thing my targets had in common. They are basically rather humorless, and I knew when I pushed their buttons they were so clueless they wouldn't be able to help themselves but to respond and be completely oblivious of the extent to which they're proving my point for me. It worked exactly as I thought it would, and I found it lots of fun. Now, of the ones that provoked response, the biggest response came from the one I expected to get the biggest response, and that was when I told global warming deniers to shut the fuck up. Now, the reason I knew they'd go off is because of all the people who pissed me off. The funny thing about them is they're convinced they're the thinkers, they're the open-minded ones, they're the independent ones. They're not. When it comes to the discussion on global warming, there's the science and there's the morons talking crap. They like to call themselves skeptics. I think skepticism is a good thing. Healthy skepticism will normally get you further than blind faith. But these people aren't skeptics. They're willfully denying the rather obvious truth. And I divide them into two camps. One, the truly evil ones. The ones who know they're lying, the ones who create the lies. Now, these are normally the big corporations, the politicians, to push their own ends, deliberately create lies and repeat them over and over and over, to the point stupid people think, wow, I've heard that so many times, it must be true. The other half are the stupid people, the ignorant ones who just, you tell them the same thing often enough, or if they're Fox News watchers, you tell them once and they believe it because they don't like to think for themselves. I suspect that hurts when they try and think, so they let other people tell them what they should think. Now, as regular viewers will know, stupid people piss me off. But the evil people, the ones who are deliberately creating lies that they know are lies, they freak me out more than a bit. I have a little trouble working out what drives them. Is it as simple as they think, well, I'll be dead before anything bad happens, so what do I care? Or do they just have this blind faith that, hey, something will come along to fix it, or it'll only fuck people up in dirty little third world countries? I don't know. Whatever way you look at it, there is something deeply wrong with these people deep inside. My favourite are the ones who think I can't see through them and go, why won't you debate me? I'll give you a couple of good reasons, bucko. First, you're not fucking worth it. Second, there's no debate. The answers are out there. Third, you don't want to see the truth. I can present it to you again and again, and you will just blindly bleat and bleat and bleat until the end of time, which if you have your way for humanity will be sooner rather than later. Now, I can prove my point yet again. These people aren't interested in having the truth explained to them. There is a killer link just over here that these deniers won't want to know about because it accurately, scientifically refutes in minute detail every mindless bit of drivel they come out with. They don't want to see that. They want to keep going on and on and on. And whenever I've been able to present some scientific evidence to these people, they'll just go, I don't believe that. Or they'll bring out something pathetic like the Oregon petition that said, hey, look, scientists saying that they don't believe it. You know what? That has been proven as horseshit so many times. The Oregon petition is made up of people who've got no fucking idea what they're talking about, no relevant qualification, and the names on it that do have qualifications don't agree with the Oregon petition and have said repeatedly they want their name taken off it because it's a pile of shit. But do the deniers want to hear that? No, they don't. If you ever want to have fun with these morons, when they throw one of their pointless bits of crap out, just say to them, what's your point? And it stumps them. Go, no, don't just say things as if that answers the whole thing. Explain to me, what is your point in raising that? I'll give you a few examples of their favourite ones. Like their favourite one, oh, not all scientists agree. What's your point? That unqualified people can disagree with qualified people? Or Did you not understand that Stephen Colbert was making a joke when he said, why can't 5% of the people have 50% of the authority? The consensus is so overwhelming. The evidence is so unquestioned by the vast majority of people who know what they're talking about. Trotting out that ridiculous line of, some scientists disagree, just marks you as a moron. Sometimes people will trot out, there are more important issues that are killing people now, not hypothetically in the future, like malaria. We need to do that, not global warming. What's your point? Are you saying we can only address malaria or global warming? Why is that binary? Why does that have to be either or? I'm definitely not saying address global warming and ignore every other problem in the world. The idea that that means anything in the whole debate is absolutely ridiculous. And if someone says, if global warming's real, why is it so cold today? Say, shut the fuck up! Okay, you could say, what's your point? Are you suggesting that the sum total of scientific knowledge on global warming says the simple fact that it will always be hot everywhere all the time? Shut the fuck up, you moron! See, you get to the same point with that one. So I say, save time and just cut straight to shut the fuck up. And another one that's popped up again in media is Al Gore using a lot of electricity. If someone says to you, Al Gore says global warming's a problem, but he has a huge house and uses lots of electricity. What's your point? Do you think if you somehow discredit Al Gore, that means the huge body of scientific knowledge about global warming is invalid because you go after someone who's not a scientist? How does that work? Besides which, that whole story about Al Gore's big house and all the electricity, it's a neat collection of half-truths, deliberate distortions, and outright lies. I also have a link about that the deniers, again, won't want to look at because they like go, oh no, look, I've got this thing from these people. The fact that those people are nothing but a front group for the oil companies, gee, that shouldn't colour your opinion of how objective their views are, should it? No. And yet, for the record, I've never even seen an inconvenient truth. I have never used any of Al Gore's arguments. I don't need Al Gore's arguments because there's science. Like the t-shirt says, people, science. It works, bitches. I guess my point with asking what's the point is to illustrate I actually know it's a complex issue. When I just say shut the fuck up, I'm A, having fun, and B, telling really ignorant people what they need to be told. There's no one thing. You can't actually point to one thing and say, that's global warming. Kind of like the episode of South Park where people thought they could run from global warming because it was a physical thing. That is not what the issue is, but it is also not a way to refute global warming, okay? Listen to the scientists. I could not possibly provide you with a more comprehensive explanation than what's over there. And you know what? I know none of the deniers are going to read it because they don't want to hear that everything they're saying is utter horseshit. And you know what? Another reason I won't engage people in debate on YouTube is it is not an appropriate forum for it. The fucked up comment system can't support any sort of meaningful discourse, and the jerks who want to argue this point just write crap in comments, and no matter what I respond with, they won't shut up. So which is why I say, shut the fuck up. In real life, I think it's actually quite important to listen to alternative views. I mean, listen, take them in, process them, and understand what that means in the context of what you already thought you understood. So in real life, I think it's important to listen to conflicting point of views. It's also important to know when someone is talking shit. That's my point. What's yours?